Hey guys, in this video, I'll guide you through how to export high quality videos in CapCut PC. Alright, so let's begin with the video. First of all, navigate to the top right corner and click on Export. This action will bring up a pop-up box with various settings that you need to configure before finalizing your export. The first thing you should do here is give your project a title. For instance, you might name it My Example or something specific to your project. Next, you need to decide where you want the exported file to be saved. It's a good practice to have a dedicated folder for all your final videos, whether you're planning to upload them to YouTube, TikTok, or other social media platforms. This helps you keep your files organized and ensures that you know exactly where to find them once the export is complete. Moving on, you'll encounter the video exporting settings. The first option here is resolution. It's important to export your video at the same resolution as it was recorded. For example, if your video was recorded in 1080p, you should export it in 1080p. Attempting to export a 1080p video in 4K won't improve the quality. It will only result in a larger file size without any gain in visual clarity. Regarding the bitrate, it's generally best to stick with the recommended setting. There's usually no need to increase it unless you're uploading to a platform like YouTube, which can handle higher bitrates. For most social media uploads, matching the bitrate to your recording settings is sufficient. For the codec, the default H.264 is typically the best choice. Although HEVC offers more compression and might be used for iPhone videos, it's not always necessary and can sometimes lead to compatibility issues. Avoid using AV1 unless you have specific needs for highly compressed files, as it often results in excessive compression. When it comes to the format, MP4 is generally the preferred choice over MOV. Both formats are widely used, but MP4 tends to be more universally compatible. As for the frame rate, it's advisable to keep it consistent with your original footage. So, if your video was shot at 30 frames per second, export it at 30 frames per second to maintain smooth playback. You'll also see an option to add a cover, though it's usually not essential and can be skipped unless you specifically need it for your video. Finally, there's an option to export audio separately. If you're working on something like a podcast and only need the audio, you can select the Export Audio checkbox. For audio, MP3 is a practical choice due to its smaller file size and compatibility with most audio streaming services. Once you've configured all these settings, click on Export to begin the process. The exported files will be saved to the location you specified, and if you chose to export both audio and video, you'll get separate files for each. These settings should provide a straightforward and effective workflow for exporting your videos using CapCut for PC. So that's basically how to export high-quality videos in CapCut PC. So that's all for this video. If you find it helpful, consider subscribing and giving this big thumbs up. And I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks.